Now, part of this, building this culture, is exactly what these guys back here were talking about in terms of the responsibility of the project manager. You want to set your team up for success, okay, and minimize the likelihood of slacking behavior. Part of that is appropriately assigning your action items. Number one, it must be written to be effective, okay? Can I have anybody testify that verbal action items don't work? Okay? You must write it down, and write it down in the moment. So let's say this is one of the items that comes up during the session. One person on the team is going to compile analysis of different vendor products, features, and distribute it to the team. Okay, that's the task. What is missing? When and who? Because I promise you, when people do not do their action item, there are two main excuses. Oh, I didn't know it was me. You were looking at her. I didn't know I was supposed to do it. Yeah. Oh, she said, I thought you meant next month, or I got too busy. I had too much work to do. I mean, how many of you wish you had $1 for every time you heard that? So I want to eliminate each of those excuses. So after I write out the action item, and if you're on a conference call, what I do is identify somebody on the call who's going to be the scribe, and I always repeat the action items for the scribe, and I ensure that they have it written down. So after I do that, I write out the person's name. Okay, and what's your name? Okay, so Sandra. So I'm going to write out Sandra's name, and I'm going to put a box around it, okay? And then the second part is really important. I need eye contact with her. I always say, okay, I need you to look into those little beady eyes, okay? And you want to ask the magic question, when do you think you could get that done by? And then you wait for her to give you a date. That's powerful. I promise you, if you haven't done it this way, it's very powerful. So let's say she gives me a date of May 20th. So I write down May 20th. Now, why am I making such a big deal about that? I mean, what's the difference between me asking her, looking at her, and asking her to give me the date versus I'm the project manager, I know when I need stuff, versus me proposing a date and just saying, hey, is that fine? Hey, can we say May 20th? What's the difference? We'll say, maybe she'll say the 20th, but I really do need it before then. That's when I negotiate. So that's when I say, well, you know what? We want to send the report out on the 20th. We need that information from the report. So this is when I ask my second magic question. What additional support would you need to get it before the 20th? Okay. So then I negotiate in the moment to ensure she has what she needs. And also I explain why. I don't just say, oh, well, I know I need it tomorrow. I mean, you need to have my stuff tomorrow. I explain we need it for X, Y, Z, and it's really important. I want to be sure we include it. What support would you need? Maybe she needs somebody else as a backup to help her. Maybe she needs to be offloaded from some other stuff that she's doing. But whatever it is, we work with it and deal with it in that moment. Okay? Does that make sense?